Hey, thanks for coming back. This is Keith from KJ's Garage. Underneath here, underneath the 53 Buick, and I'm just doing a little odds and ends on this thing. I'm trying to get it roadworthy, where I can just take it out and I can drive it on weekends. Take it, you know, just get whatever other bugs are in it. Work out all the bugs. So I need to the fuel tank. I need to drop the fuel tank, and there's this old wire here, you know, original wire, 70-year-old wire for the fuel sensor. So I'm going to replace that wire. This rear differential is leaking, but I have bolts on order. There's one bolt missing, and I tighten these up. I'm going to replace all the bolts on it, which means I have to pull the drive shaft, pull the axles, and then pull that whole pumpkin out. And I was told that this rear end is shot, so I do have another gear set for it, but I don't know if I'm going to put the other gear set in it or not. I don't know. What else I need to do? I need to fix up the exhaust. I need to weld this up. This is just laying here. The only thing that's holding it is these two bolts up here, right? The other thing is I need to fix that driver's side exhaust. If you see how high up this one is right here, and how the other one's sitting lower, it's on an angle, so it comes down below the frame, then comes back up, and I'm having a problem trying to get the muffler and everything to fit because it's not going through that hole over there. So I cut a big hole in the frame, and I think I'm done. I don't want to cut any more of this frame. I mean, it's like barely, it's almost gone. So that's that. And and then I had to cut a hole over here for the exhaust to come out. I redid the fuel lines, trying to get the fuel lines away from the exhaust. So this here with the exhaust here, I'm going to cut it, take this off, cut it, and then cut a section out. I got to measure maybe, I don't know, 2 inches or something. And then that'll raise that up, and that'll make this a lot straighter, and it should be able to go right back. And pretty much that's it. The power steering's all done. I don't know if this is new leaks or what. That's why I want to get it on the road and drive around. I'm sure this front end is shot. Who knows when it was last built. But the front end is original with the lever shocks and the springs. I put disc brakes on the front, so that's about it. Just got a couple things. Oh, and the horns on this thing, they did work for a little while until I started messing with them, and now they don't work at all. So I bought new cheapy horns just to get a horn in there, and I got some cool new buttons too that I'm gonna put in there. So I'm gonna get to work on this thing, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, it's a couple hours later, and the exhaust's not complete, but it's out towards the back. I don't know what I'm gonna do from here. I don't know if I'm gonna do a turn down, just have it come straight down, or I don't know, or try to get it through there. I don't know. But for now, it's a little bit extended. I put a hanger on it, so this side was fine. This side, got this one hung up. So what I ended up doing was I cut this pipe, and after the original weld, because what happened was this pipe went into this one, and then I welded it. So then I cut it, took about 2 inches off, put it back up here, and re-welded it. And yeah, my welds are not the best, but it's gonna work. I looked inside here, I could see, and I didn't see any light, so hopefully it'll be solid. I had to cut this bracket right here. There's a bracket right here. I was afraid that when the shifter, I think the shifter comes down this way, it would hit it. So there was another piece. There was another piece coming out, and I know it would have hit. So I cut that. Right. So now the exhaust is all done up here. This is still leaking. This is this is still on the list. And oh, and I dropped the gas tank. I ran a new line and I covered it with some wire loom, and that goes into the trunk. And then I wire loomed it inside the trunk too. So that's about it for underneath the car. You know, eventually I want to do the front suspension. Now what I got to do is lower this down, put the bolt on the steering wheel because the steering wheel is not bolted on, and I have new horns. I'm going to put the new horns on. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, here we go. Here's the horns I bought. So they're made of plastic, and it looks like you just hook up positive and negative. And it comes with a bracket right here. One end you hook up to the car, and the other end just goes right there. And two wires. I don't know. It doesn't say which one's positive, which one's negative, so I don't even know if it matters. Oh, so this is a high horn. What does this say? 510 hertz. And this is 410 hertz. So the different tones. And then I got this horn button. It's supposed to glow blue. So I'm just going to put this in the dash. Right now I have some big button in here. I have this big button right here. That's just zip tied onto the steering column. I can't get this one to work. There's something messed up. The piece inside there, the little spring and stuff broke. So I'll drill a hole in the dash and I'll put this in there. I got another one for my RV, same one. I don't know why the horn's not working in the RV, but if I put power to the horn, put power to the horn, because it's grounded out, it honks. So the horn's fine. It's just something with the circuit. So I'm gonna replace the horn button on the steering wheel with this, and I'll just have to hit that if I want it to horn, or if I want it to honk. So let's, I'm gonna get some wires. Let's see what these sound like, and let's see if there's actually a positive or negative. All right, I have a battery right here. Negative, positive. Let's see what happens. Let's go the other way. It doesn't matter. So either way, so I just got the ground one side and positive the other side, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. So we'll take off these old ones right here. I have the wires, ran the wires. Take these big monsters off and put I could probably just use the same bracket right here. Do the same deal, except I'm gonna have to take, this is self-grounding. I'm gonna have to take that wire and just jumper to there to ground it. It's not a big deal. And then this is the positive. When you hit the horn, this is supposed to give it power. And I gotta zip tie this or something. Okay, let me take those off, put new ones on, and we'll see what we got and see if it works. All right, here we go. Here's the old huge Snell. Man, this thing probably weighs 5 or 6 pounds. So that's the old ones that don't work. I got these new little ones right here. I just grounded it right to the bolt that holds it up. Same thing here. Burp, grounded it right there. And this other wire was the one that goes to the horn. So that's already part of the painless wire harness. And let's check it out. Let's see if it works. Here we go. Oh, that's not too bad. That sounds pretty good. It's not as good as the old original horns that were like really deep tone, but that will work. I think that's it for this video. This is probably a pretty short video. Just like I said, I'm just tidying up some stuff, trying to get it road worthy, or it's drivable. I mean, wipers don't work, and the important stuff like headlights and brakes work. So cooling system. So the next thing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure the radiator has fluid, check the oil. Maybe I'll change the oil. I haven't changed the oil in I don't know how long. Probably zip tie some wires, like this wire here, that harness. This is all of the gauges and everything like that. And zip tie some of this crap out of the way. That's about it. Let me I'm gonna start it up. Let's see what it sounds like with the tailpipes going almost all the way to the back. Let's see if it leaks or anything. All right, here we go. I'm inside. Oh, I got the steering wheel on. See, it says power steering. Now I really do have power steering. So, what the hell? Yep. All right, turn it on. Ooh, the battery doesn't sound good. Hit the button here. It's still loud. It sounds a little bit better. Before it was just dumping right out from the, oh yeah. Before it was just dumping out right after the muffler. So it sounds a little bit better. Next is if I can make it come out the side, that'd be even better. And you can see the wire right here. That's for the fuel gauge. The fuel gauge did work when I had the car, when I bought it. So I should be able to fix that. All it is some wire underneath the wiring harness and the payless wiring. Let me shut it off. Shut it off so I don't die in here too. The wire comes up underneath the dash for the fuel gauge, and it is wired up. It's in the wiring harness. So all I have to do is probably hook that up to the gauge, and hopefully that will work. And then what I do is when I'm not touching it, I just disconnect the battery. All right, well, that's it. That's it for this video. I know I said that was it before, but now this is really it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned when I take this thing out for a ride. See how it performs on the street. We'll see what happens. I know the tires are probably flat spotted and whatever else, but I want to see take it on the road and see how it does. See if it shifts and everything. And because I've just been driving around the yard. First gear, maybe second gear if I'm lucky. So I'll be excited to do that. And I probably really need to clean up the interior, like at least get all the crap out of there, vacuum it, take the old carpet. All right, anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.